the fans up on their feet.
Pow, pow, tough take, no. Prince offensive rebound, and she'll go to the free throw line for the Ducks.
You cannot take your eyes off of any of these players, and Bartley steps out and ready to knock it in. Conley Chin for three.
the look on some of those faces were like, oh, did that just happen? Did that just happen? It did. Sedona Prince, 75% free throw shooter.
So now you
understand confidence as she steps into the first.
So now you understand when I say it's not enough. It's not enough until the buzzer is
right.
The clock has run out. That is when it is enough.
1 of 2 for Prince. Rebound for Bartley. 1 point Oregon lead. Shot clock is off. Belmont with 2 timeouts left. For the moment, they'll play it through. Trying to duck it inside, and a foul is called on the pass. And this will be a trip to the free throw line for Nikki Baird. What a spot for the junior from Wheaton, Illinois. She's attempted 11 free throws this season. The game is tied with 11.2 to go. Timeout Oregon. They'll advance it to the front court.
Well, Oregon.
Now, this is where Belmont was, Tamika, at the end of regulation. They had that final possession and a chance to win, didn't get a shot at the basket. Now flip it to this side. It's a tie game. We've had this conversation before. Before it was Oregon trailing. Now what do you do in a tie game?
Well, in my opinion, Oregon, you take the ball to the player that has been doing and has been the most efficient and effective tonight. That is Niara Sabali. Take the ball down low, space out the floor, let her have some room to either get and make the basket or get fouled and get to the free throw line and get the opportunity to finish the game.
See some poker faces coming out of that timeout. No one tipping their hand here. Who does Oregon go to? Tied in overtime. Round 1, NCAAA Tournament. It's Pow Pow with 8. Sabali turns inside, double team. Sabali fights, no. Controlled by Belmont. They take a timeout. It's Conley Chin who gets the timeout. 2.5 on the clock. They'll advance it to the front court and have a chance to win in overtime.
Well, 2.5 seconds. A lot of time. Let's go back to that possession. That is the right move right there. You see the zipper action. Sabali down low, 2 players down. I mean, she gets that shot. That's a shot we have seen her hit earlier in the game. First quarter, second quarter, third quarter. She's done that all game.
But Belmont was ready for it. Belmont was there with a double with Chin and Bartley teaming up. Bartley's been playing with 4 fouls for a long time. Conley Chin is the one who came away with it. It's 2.5 on the clock. For the moment, they are at the monitor confirming the time remaining here.
Well, you got shooters on Belmont, so any player you go to can potentially put the ball in the basket. I think they go for a 3-point shot. I mean, that's what they've been able to hit all night long. Get some action, get some screen. Try to get Oregon a little bit confused on who they're guarding. They added 0.3 seconds, so 2.8 seconds.
All right, so 3/10 added, 2.8 to go. Plenty of time here for Belmont, tied at 64 in overtime. They look to Bartley. Bartley's got a chance. It's Sabali with the block. Another block, and we'll have another overtime. Oh my gosh, Niara Sabali.
Well, you got it on both sides. Players are just exhausted. And Love right here. Oh,
now the
she
knee
landed
right
on her
into,
knees.
Yeah, right. The knee right into Sedona Prince's stomach could have had the wind knocked out of her really quick, just so uncomfortable. You think she's leaving the game?
Nope.
Absolutely not. Pow Pow. Back off to Sabali. Belmont by 2. Second overtime. Pow Pow knocked away. Open look for 3. It's Rogers. Sabali fights for it. Saved by Kinney. Belmont's got it. Inside of 10 seconds to go, and Belmont takes a timeout.
Well, let's take another look at this possession. And I would assume great save right there. Belmont seeing that they're in trouble, calling a timeout. Jamelyn Kinney heads up play right there.
When she got the save, 72-70, and you could just look at the faces.
Exhausted.
Everyone's doing whatever they can. Stay hydrated. So we reset it. Each team with a timeout. 6.5 to go. There's a little question here where the basketball is going to be. I think it's going to be on the baseline. Kinney had the save. She had the first contact. She saved it to Bartley, and they called the timeout. There was a little conversation here with Kelly Graves. Now the officials may be moving over to the monitor to check things out here. Possession arrow, Belmont. Lead, Belmont. Possession, Belmont in the second overtime.
They're provided Belmont ball and they get to advance it.
The officials are near the monitor. They haven't looked at the monitor yet. They're still having a conversation.
Where you want to get it right, knowing what's at stake for this game.
Sarah Williams is the fourth official, so she's back behind the monitors there. A little input from her as well. Teams are back on the floor. They do advance into the front court, so that's not the issue. We're ready to play. Belmont with the ball and the lead.
Well, Belmont has to get the ball in if they're looking at finishing this game with the win. They got to get the ball in, take care of the ball. Oregon on the other end, you got to steal foul, put yourself in an opportunity to get another chance.
Want to try to get to the Wells. That's a very good free throw shooter. They've done so. Pow Pow gives the foul. Destiny Wells, 75% free throw shooter. She makes them both, it'll make things incredibly difficult for Oregon. But if she makes one of two and Oregon gets possession, they do have a timeout remaining. They can call the timeout, advance the ball into the front court, and certainly have a chance. But let's see what happens with Wells at the free throw line. 7 for 7 tonight. The door is open here for Oregon.
Well, 4.5 seconds, a lot of time. Look for regardless, make or miss. Oregon will probably call a timeout.
One of two, timeout Oregon. They will advance it to the front court, and they will look for a three-pointer again. Niara Sabali doing all she can to get her body to the sideline.
Well, I tell you what, ice bath right now. At the end of this game, you're going to see both teams in some type of ice bath, this has been a long, hard-fought game.
Okay, end of regulation. Oregon was down by 3. They needed a 3. They went to Tahina Pau. She delivered with 8 seconds to go to tie the game. What's the play now in the second overtime?
I think you do the same thing. It might not be Pau this time, but she's actually been the one to knock down that 3. She had the confidence to be able to knock it down. So I think you go back in. I think you do another spin, whether it's Prince or Sably, and you're trying to find another open player on that 3-point line.
Oregon is 4 for 20 outside the 3-point line. It will be Rogers to trigger the inbound. She's 0 for 2 from outside the arc tonight. 3-point lead for Belmont, second overtime. Prince is going to have to heave it to tie, and it caught the back iron. And Belmont, in double overtime, has pulled another upset in the NCAA tournament.
Unbelievable.
What a performance by both teams. The first double overtime game in the NCAA tournament in 9 years. And it's Belmont winning again. Another upset for Bart Brooks in the tournament. The head coach for Belmont joins us right now. Are you exhausted because your team gave you everything they had and more?
I think I was the only one on the sideline who wasn't cramping up at the end. But yeah, really proud of that group. I mean, they're on fumes right now, but that's a really good Oregon team we played, and credit to them. They made everything hard tonight, but really proud of our group.
I mean, Coach Bush, your team came out and fired first overtime, second overtime. I mean, they fought from start to finish. What was it like going in the huddle, especially down the stretch, to try to will your team to a win?
I tell you what, we've been there before, and that's what we talked about every time out down the stretches. This is where we've been here. It's nothing new. It's where we expected to be, and I think this group is a lot more seasoned than the group that played that non-conference gauntlet that we played early. And I thought they showed it today. I wish I could take credit for some of that stuff, but that was just our players making big-time plays, and I can't be more proud of them.
You may not want to take credit, but you can take part in the celebration. You know how to do that in the NCAA tournament. Congratulations.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
That's Bart Brooks, the head coach for Belmont. His team gets it done.